Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 3, Human Reproduction. We have already studied about sexual reproduction in flowers, so we know how the male gamete and female gamete are produced, and then how they fuse, and then how the zygote is formed, again the development, and so on. Such events, similar events, takes place in human also. So in this chapter we will be studying male reproductive system, female reproductive system, gametogenesis, menstrual cycle, fertilization and implantation, pregnancy and embryonic development, parturition and lactation. Today we will start with how the sexual reproduction takes place in a human being. As you are aware, humans are sexually reproducing and viviparous. These terms we are familiar. Sexual reproduction means where male and female gametes are fused. Viviparous means the animals which give birth to young ones. The reproductive events in human include, underline करते जाइएगा, formation of gametes known as gametogenesis means sperms और ovum के बनने की process कहलाती है gametogenesis. Next to gametogenesis is transfer of sperm into the female genital tract. The process is termed as insemination, and the fusion of male and female gametes, that is fertilization. Hence, the fertilization leads to the formation of zygote. This way, these three important events take place. Now, this zygote will undergo development and will form embryo through the process of embryogenesis. But it is not a one-step procedure. This is followed by formation and development of blastocyst. Mark the word blastocyst and its attachment to the uterine wall. Attachment to the wall of the uterus is known as implantation. Embryonic development, it is known as gestation, and the delivery of the baby known as parturition. We have learned that these reproductive events occur after puberty. हम 10th में ये देख कर आए कि ये सारे events puberty age achieve करने के बाद ही हो सकते हैं. There are remarkable differences between reproductive events in male and female. For example, sperm formation continues even in old men, but formation of ovum ceases in women around the age of 50 years. Let us first see the male reproductive system. All the important labels are given in the diagram. Male reproductive system. It is located in pelvis region. It includes a pair of testes along with accessory ducts, glands, and external genitalia. So we have to learn these many organs for male reproductive system. The testes are situated outside the abdominal cavity within a pouch known as scrotum. It helps in maintaining low temperature of the testes, that is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than the normal internal body temperature, which is about 37 degrees Celsius, necessary for spermatogenesis. In adults, each testis is oval in shape with a length of about 4 to 5 centimeter and a width of 2 to 3 centimeter. The testis is covered by a dense covering. Each testis has about 250 compartments called testicular lobules. Each lobule contains 1 to 3 coiled seminiferous tubules in which sperms are produced. Means हर कंपार्टमेंट में कम से कम 1 से 3 बहुत ही ज़्यादा कॉइलिंग की हुई सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स प्रेजेंट होती हैं जो स्पर्म्स बनाती हैं. Each seminiferous tubule is lined on inside by 2 types of cells. 2 तरह के cells देखेंगे. Male germ cells that are spermatogonia and Sertoli cells. See in the diagram, testicular lobules दिख रहे हैं. एक testis का ये longitudinal section लिया गया है जिसके अंदर ये जो ब्लैक लाइन से आपको कंपार्टमेंट्स डिवाइड होकर दिखाए गए हैं, इट इज़ ईच टेस्टिकुलर लोब्यूल। हर लोब्यूल के अंदर ग्रीन कलर से आपको बहुत ही कॉइल्ड ट्यूब दिखाई दे रही है, दैट इज सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स। इन सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स के अंदर बनते हैं स्पर्म्स। द टू सेल्स, मेल germ cell that is spermatogonia undergo meiosis and forms sperms, while Sertoli cells provide nutrition to these germ cells. The region outside the seminiferous tubule is called interstitial spaces. जो सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स के बाहर की तरफ बची हुई जगह है उसे कहते हैं इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेसेस, जहाँ पर ब्लड वेसल्स और इंटरस्टिशियल सेल्स यानी लेडिक सेल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं। देखिए यहाँ पर स्पर्मेटोगोनिया दिखाई दे रहे हैं, ब्लैक कलर के सेल्स। उसके अंदर की तरफ देखिए स्पर्मेटोजोआ दिख रहे हैं जो थोड़ा सा टेल्ड स्ट्रक्चर है। उसके आसपास यहाँ पर नीचे की तरफ देखिए बहुत सारे कॉम्पैक्टली अरेंज्ड सेल्स हैं, दैट आर सर्टोली सेल्स। और ये जो रेड वाला स्पेस है दैट इज़ इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस, और उसके अंदर रहे सेल्स इंटरस्टिशियल सेल्स, लेडिक सेल्स। लेडिक सेल्स सिंथेसाइज एंड सिक्रीट टेस्टिकुलर हार्मोन्स नोन एज एंड्रोजन्स। जितने भी मेल हार्मोन हैं वो सारे एंड्रोजन कहलाते हैं। अदर इम्यूनोलॉजिकल कंपोनेंट सेल्स आर ऑल्सो प्रेजेंट। हम अभी पढ़ चुके इम्यून सिस्टम, तो इम्यून सिस्टम के सेल्स भी यहाँ पर ही प्रेजेंट होते हैं। द मेल सेक्स एक्सेसरी डक्ट्स इंक्लूड रेटे टेस्टिस, वास इफ्रेंशिया, epididymis and vas deferens. Seminiferous tubules of testes open into vasa efferentia. इन्हें आप ऑर्डर में लिख लीजिएगा। सबसे पहले सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स जो हैं वो जहाँ से स्पर्म्स बन रहे थे वो सबसे पहले ओपन होती है वास इफ्रेंशिया में थ्रू रेटे टेस्टिस। द वास इफ्रेंशिया लीव्स टेस्टिस and open in epididymis which is located at the posterior surface of each testis. Testis के पीछे की तरफ एक highly coiled structure होता है that is known as epididymis. Now it leads to vas deferens that ascends to the abdomen and loops over the urinary bladder. It receives a duct from seminal vesicle and opens into urethra as the ejaculatory duct. Now the duct which comes to urethra is known as ejaculatory duct. These ducts store and transport sperms from the testes to the outside through urethra. The urethra originates from the urinary bladder and extends through the penis to its external opening called urethral meatus. Let us see the important ducts. Testes ends rete testes if vas efferentia. Now epididymis leaves the testes and joins to vasa deferens. It comes to the abdomen and loops over the urethra. Along with the duct of seminal vesicle, vas deferens is known as ejaculatory duct. Then this ejaculatory duct along with urethra forms urinogenital tract. The penis is the male external genitalia. It is made up of special tissues that help in erection of the penis to facilitate insemination. Do you remember insemination? The process of transfer of sperms into the female genital tract. The enlarged end of penis is known as glans penis, covered by a loose fold of skin called foreskin. The important glands include seminal vesicle, prostrate, and bulbourethral gland. Secretion of these glands constitute the seminal plasma, which is rich in fructose, calcium, and certain enzymes. The secretion of bulbourethral glands also help in the lubrication of the penis. Next is female reproductive system. Female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries comparable to testes in male, along with a pair of oviducts comparable to the ducts of male, uterus, cervix, vagina, and external genitalia, located in the pelvic region. These parts of the system, along with a pair of mammary glands, are integrated structurally and functionally to support the process of ovulation, fertilization, pregnancy, childbirth, and child care. Ovaries are the primary female sex organ that produce the female gamete ovum. Please mark, female gamete is known as ovum. And several steroid hormones that are known as ovarian hormones. जैसे वहाँ पे हमने testicular hormones बोला था, वैसे यहाँ पे ovarian hormones. The ovaries are located one on each side of the lower abdomen. Each ovary is about 2 to 4 centimeter in length and is connected to the pelvic wall and uterus by ligaments. Each ovary is covered by a thin epithelium which encloses the ovarian stroma. The stroma is divided into two zones, peripheral cortex and the inner medulla. The oviducts, that is fallopian tubes, uterus and vagina, constitute the female accessory ducts. Each fallopian tube is about 10 to 12 cm long and extends from the periphery of each ovary to the uterus. The part closer to the ovary is funnel-shaped infundibulum. The edges of the infundibulum possess finger-like projections called fimbriae, which help in the collection of ovum after ovulation. Can you label all the things that we have studied? First of all, ovary. Ovary leads to the tubular structure known as fallopian tube. The first end near to ovary is known as infundibulum. Finger-like projections, fimbriae. Then both the fallopian tubes open into the uterus. The uterus opens into the cervix and vagina. The part of the oviduct in which the infundibulum ends is known as ampulla. The last part of oviduct is isthmus, which has a narrow lumen and it joins to the uterus. Uterus is single, only one for the both ovaries, and it is known as womb. The shape of the uterus is like inverted pear. It is supported by ligaments attached to the pelvic wall as the ovaries were attached with the ligaments. The uterus opens into the vagina through a narrow cervix. The cavity of cervix is known as cervical canal, which along with vagina forms the birth canal. The wall of uterus has 3 layers of tissues. Let us name them. Which are the 3 layers of the uterus? Perimetrium, endometrium, myometrium. The external one is thin, that is perimetrium. Middle is thick, that is myometrium, made up of muscles, and innermost is endometrium, which is a glandular layer that lines the uterine cavity. For this we must go to the diagram back. Can you visualize perimetrium, myometrium and the endometrium? So the endometrium undergoes cyclical changes during menstrual cycle, while the myometrium exhibits strong contraction during the delivery of the baby. The female external genitalia includes mons pubis, labia majora, labia minora, hymen, clitoris. Mons pubis is a cushion of fatty tissues covered by skin and pubic hairs. Labia majora are fleshy folds of tissues which extends down from the mons pubis and surround the vaginal opening. The labia minora are paired folds of tissue under the labia majora. The opening of vagina is often covered by a membrane called hymen. The clitoris is a tiny finger-like structure which lies at the upper junction two labia minora above the urethral opening. The hymen is often torn out during the first coitus, that is sexual intercourse. However, it can also be broken by a sudden fall or jerk or by the insertion of tampons. Active participation in some sports like horseback riding, etc. In some women, the hymen persists even after coitus. In fact, the presence or absence of hymen is not a reliable indicator of virginity or sexual experience. Next is the mammary gland. A functional mammary gland is characteristic of all female mammals because they nurture their child after birth. The mammary glands are paired structures that contain glandular tissue and variable amount of fat. The glandular tissue of each breast is divided into 15 to 20 mammary lobes containing cluster of cells called alveoli, just similar to those present in lungs. The cells of alveoli secrete milk which is stored in the cavities, that is lumen of alveoli. The alveoli open into mammary tubules. The tubules of each lobe join to form a mammary duct. Several mammary ducts join to form a wider mammary ampulla which is connected to the lactiferous duct through which the milk is ejected out. These are some important labelings which you have to prepare for this diagram. Mammary lobe, alveolus duct, ampulla, lactiferous duct, areola, etc. Further, we will cover the next topics. Today we discussed male reproductive system, female reproductive system. In the next lecture, we will be discussing gametogenesis, menstrual cycle, fertilization and implantation. Till then, keep studying.